Hi everyone, and today we would like to introduce the sampling and sampling distribution. It's the first topic after our midterm exam. I also hope you had good performance on your midterm exam. So today we would like to introduce an element, population, and sample. So when we want to do a research, we usually will to collect the data. And an element is the entity on which the data we are collected. And also the population is a collection of all the elements of interest. And the sample is a subset of the population. For example, today, if we would like to know the midterm exam score in STUST, it would be all the population, that is, all the students in STUST is our population. But it is impossible for us to get contact with each of them. So we would like to just choose a sample. And the sample could be just like the classmates in our statistics course. So we will do a survey at our course on behalf of all the students in the STUST. And the numeric characteristic of the population, we will call it parameters. And often the cost of the collection information from a sample is substantially less than from a population, especially when personal interviews must be conducted to collect the information. Just like in our example, if we use the statistic classmates on behalf of the students in STUST, we don't need to waste a lot of time and resources to get contact with each student in the STUST. We just need to do a survey with our classmates, and they can on behalf of the results in the STUST. And the reason we select a sample is to collect data to answer a research question about a population. For example, we would like to know the midterm exam scores, especially the average scores, in the STUST. And the sample result provide only the estimate of the value of the population characteristics. So the reason is simply because the sample contains only a portion of the population. So we just use an estimated way to know the whole picture of the student score, midterm scores in the STUST. So with the proper sampling method, the sample result can provide a good estimate of the population characteristics. So for example, of the sampling used to answer the research question about the population. Here you can find in your textbook. The example one is members of the political party in the Texas. So now people are very excited about the election. But if the political party, they would like to know the estimation of the proportion of the registered voters in the state who may favor the candidate, or how many votes they can win. So they will use a sample of 400 registered voters in the Texas are selected, and 160 of them, of the sample voters, they can indicate a preference from the candidate. So it's an estimate of the portion of the population of the registered voters that favoring the candidate. So we can use the sample is 400, but from our sample, we know there are 160 persons, they are in favor of the candidate the political party recommended. So the portion is about 0.40. So they can use such a result to indicate that they may win 40% supporting from this state. And the sample 2 is a tire manufacturer that is considering producing a new tire designed to provide an increase in lifetime distance of the first current time or current line of the tire. So in order to estimate the mean useful life of the new tires, the manufacturer they will to produce a sample of 120 tires for the testing. And from the testing that will provide a sample mean of 50,800 kilometers. So it's an estimate of the mean useful life for the population of the new tires that was 58,400 kilometers. And so from the examples, we can do a summary. That is, sample can result provide only the estimate of the value of the corresponding population characteristics. We do not expect the exactly result because we just select some portion from our sampling. And our sampling is just on behalf some parts of our population. So the sample contains only a portion of the population and some sampling error is to be expected. And with the proper sampling method, the sample result will provide a good estimate of the population parameters. And the sample population is the population from which the sample is drawn. For example, the all registered voters in Texas or all the tires that could have been made by the production process at a particular point in time. And we would use a frame that to make the boundary of our sample for, that we can select it from our population. For example, a list of all the registered voters. So it's the introduction about the sample and the sampling.